And so the call came in, hey, customer complaint, battery got stolen. So the first thing I did was go in and see what the original battery group size was. It's a group 31, whether that's auto or threaded post. I couldn't really figure out, but I just asked for a picture from the customer, and so they sent me this picture. Whoever it was, knuckleheads, numbskulls, a lot of other words I could say. They either have like tools or they just have a bolt cutter, and in this case they just had a bolt cutter. Okay, I'm gonna definitely use a threaded post, so there's no point in using an auto post and then using two adapters if I can just go get a group 31 battery that works. So I use the Napa 7236 battery. I'm gonna need some 2-aught butt connectors and 3/8 eyelets on the negative. You can reach it, but I didn't initially in this video like compensate for the height of the battery. So there was enough length to reach as far as I needed to, but not up and over. So that was why it was good I brought butt connectors, because I think I only had 4-gauge butt connectors. So 2-aught butt connectors with 2-aught lugs. And so that was cool. You want it to be snug. So I did just put the two like 6-gauge wires together in a 4-gauge, and it made it snug beforehand, and you pull the heck out of them to make sure they're not gonna slip out. I think it's 5/16 by 20 if you're doing like scissor lifts and stuff. So I always buy a bunch of those like grade 8 nuts to bolt down on the threaded posts. But those group 31 batteries are 3/8 16. What else? Initially, I put the battery hold down on the right side, and I believe that was a Genie, like a 5519. I don't know the model number, but yeah, you have to put the battery hold down on the other side if you want to actually install it to where the door can close. So that was a little mistake I made. A really, really good trick. Is when you have like those sorts of crimpers that you have to hammer. You can see I used a 10-pound sledgehammer, and then I used my, I think that was a 6-pound, maybe it's a 4-pound. Essentially, like if this was a battery tray, what you would do is set your wire like up here on something solid. Like this is your battery tray would have a solid piece of metal, like the framework of the tray, and you can set that on something like this and just hammer down, you know, onto your lug, like on this, rather than a flat part like that, you know, like this, that. Lots of vibration, different noise, you know, like the impact. You just get a much more solid hitting down on something like that. So if you don't have a 10-pound sledgehammer, that's another thing I've done in the field. But anyway.